Guys, we just surpassed 100K.
Price on it.
Congratulations to everybody.
Wow.
Well done, Bill. Well done.
Past 100,000.
Very nice, very nice. All right, we have a very special guest from the FDNY, who normally we kick things off live, and Tom has agreed to join and kick things off like we usually do, with a little bit of the pipes. So Tom, want to take it away?
Okay, Bill, I wish you luck with your fundraiser. I'm sorry we couldn't be there in person, but everybody's here in spirit, and we know a lot of people are going through some tough times, and we like to help the unfortunate, and this is a good way to do it. So I'm going to start off with a couple of tunes to start off your fundraiser. Good luck
Thank you
to
for your
all.
service.
300 some. How much?
Yeah.
You don't even apologize for it, Emma. You spent over $300. Love that song. What did you do? How did you knock it over? What were you doing? Why?
I know. I can't forget everything.
Send the link out to people.
No, just the surgery and then.
There we go.
Can you still hear me? Sorry, they're doing a St. Baldrick event in the background, and the bagpipers. Yeah. It's gonna see what? No, this is the one that we do in New York City, and they went from like 18,000 just to 100,000 in like 2 days. Crazy. And we have 58 people ready to see. No, we're gonna do the 14th.
Thank you very much, sir.
Right.
You're welcome.
We all work
Very
together.
much. Virtual applause all around. Virtual applause all around.
Stay healthy.
He actually found
I'm weeping.
See you next year.
All right, Mike Booksoff, are you with me, my friend? Booksoff.
John?
And
George, if you could put yourself on mute, that would be great. And Mike, if you could put everybody on mute, we're gonna.
Bill, you're on mute.
Done. I need like a good 10-second cue span.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Am I unmuted now?
You're unmuted, yeah.
Okay. So everyone, whoever's going to move into the speaking parts, understand there's going to be a delay in transition. So welcome to Bill and Joey's 14th Excellent Shaving Adventure. This is our first and attempting to be the largest ever virtual shave for St. Baldrick's. We started this journey 14 years ago, as most of you on the phone know, but there are some newcomers. It was founded originally by 3 insurance guys haggling over a St. Patty's Day bill. They goaded each other into shaving their heads. They were going to raise $1,000 each. They raised over $100,000 the first year. 3 years later, they raised $17 million, became a 501c3. That's when Joey and I got involved right about then. Since then, we've raised over $300 million. And it's risen to be the largest fundraising vehicle for pediatric cancer research outside of the US government. It's been a great collection of people who started, originally at NetApp here and have spawned now across the tech industry. And there was a couple of times we thought this may come to a halt, but it didn't. folks that went to different places wanted to use their new spheres of influence to continue to raise money for the kids. And this particular campaign has occurred in over 26 cities and countries around the world. We've raised over $8 million to date. The particular Bill and Joey's event in New York City has raised over $2.6 million. It'll go over 2.7 today. And literally thousands of people have gotten involved. And there's no amount too small. Volunteers can do it. You can shave your head. You can volunteer your time. And it's been a wonderful collection of great people over time. Joey Santa Marina has been my partner in crime from the beginning, with folks like Ryan McGinty, George Ballantoni, Jim Klein, Pavan. The list goes on, and we'll get to them over the course of the day. And then, of course, the backbone behind the efforts, Laura Jakowski, Megan Santiago Gould, Victoria Piccioni. In the early days, Megan Quinn and Phil Aletto. More recently, in recent years, Roseanne Prashad. Thank everybody for all their time and efforts. Joe, you got anything you want to say before we introduce one of our other esteemed guests? Joey never usually takes one to pass on the opportunity to say nothing. That could be a transition pause, though. Hey, Joe, are you there?
I'm on. Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
All right, I was on mute. Yeah, I have to say that, as Billy mentioned, we've been doing this for 14 years. And each year, I'm more proud of everyone who takes the time and effort to join in. Probably a few years ago, Billy and I questioned whether we were going to continue to do this. You know, it really was born inside of NetApp, right? And a lot of passion and competitiveness inside of NetApp. And when we, many of us have moved on, Bill and I talked about it. And, at the end of the day, I'm very proud that Bill kind of said to me, Joe, let's keep the tradition going. What I love about it is we've gotten folks like BMC and Fortinet and Security Scorecard and other firms to join in on this. Listen, we all have relatives that have been impacted by this. I have a niece that neuroblastoma that's 30 years old now, a nephew that has leukemia that's now 14 years old. And, both of them are living healthy lives, but unfortunately, some kids aren't as fortunate and some families aren't as fortunate. So I just want to thank everyone for their support. I know I grow this mane and people make fun of it, but it's good to make fun of yourself and really show solidarity and support for the children and families. Those are the ones that are the heroes, and I just want to thank you, Bill, for keeping the tradition going. And also Tom, who makes this big. It's go big or don't go at all. So for me, Bill, I just am honored to be part of it, and thank you very much for, my name to be associated with this. Turn it back to you, Bill.
Thanks, Joseph. No, you're gonna have to give me a virtual kiss today to close things out.
Totally.
So early on in our fundraising efforts here, in 2007, interestingly enough, the world economy was in a little bit of a tumble, and Tom stepped up big that year. He asked Justin Tuck to get involved. Justin got involved, and Justin may be joining us a little bit later on tonight. Justin's been a mainstay on this, and whenever you're with Tom, you're going to be with people that have a passion, people that care, and people that do the right thing. And when we needed him, he stepped up, and we carry on that tradition. And he's been kind enough, in enjoying his retirement, to come and say a few words for us tonight. Tom, you want to say a few words here, my friend?
Sure, Billy. Am I on?
You are.
Okay. I'm always taken aback at the emotion this kind of thing brings forth. We're all in this isolation mode. And so 2 months in, you feel a lot of things you don't expect. And I think it's important to know that it does affect everybody's mentality. But the reality is the worst day any of us have felt, the vast majority, if not all, over the last 2 months is much easier and better than the best day the people facing pediatric cancer situations will feel. And the courage, what I'm missing about being there, I'm always struck by, there's always a great guest, and I know we have one today, and we'll hear the story. But when you get near people in this situation, the courage they have and the attitude they keep, makes me want to do better. So thanks to everybody today who's chosen to shave. I'm always struck by that. I love watching it when we're there. Thanks to all who are supporting. And we have, you know, I think I said you're gonna have attitude issues, everybody will. But it's important that we all try to make this a time, because you're with your families more than you ever thought you could be. There's a lot of things that will never occur again in your life. And I think it's important that you try to make this a time you look back on favorably about how you grew as a person, and perhaps made a difference. And things like today, the fact everybody jumped on the phone, many people have contributed. Love the fact, Billy, earlier today was 67 grand, now it's over 100 grand. 100 grand virtually to help kids with pediatric cancer research. I mean, I'm just proud of all the people who have taken the time to be on this. Thanks for inviting me to say a few things. Let's get on with it.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, Tom. All righty. So without further ado, we do have one of the fellows that we fund from St. John's University. Dr. Agarwal, are you with us?
Yes, I am I am here.
Fantastic. Without further ado, you know, our work goes to fund folks like you who do the real work. So I thank you for your efforts, and we look forward to hearing a few words from you here today. Thank you for taking the time.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for having me here. I agree with you know, all the speakers that it is a tough time, and you know, I would like to say that, you know, it's all just so nice to meet all of you, and thank you for, you know, organizing this event and participating in this such a large number in this event for the St. Baldrick Foundation. So I, as you know, I have been introduced that I am a pediatric oncology researcher and also a designated David Warriors St. Baldrick's scholar, right? So as you know that 1 out of 5 kids suffering with cancer will not survive, right? You know, this is really heart touching that whomsoever maybe survive also, they may be suffering with toxic therapy related side effects throughout their lifespan, right? And this definitely need to change, right? And the only way to change this scenario is by researching novel and less toxic, but more effective therapies, right? But research need funding, as you know, we all know. And the federal funding for pediatric cancer research is very, very low. And from industries is almost none, right? So here the St. Baldrick's Foundation come into picture that is specifically fund only the best of the best pediatric cancer research ideas, right? And in generating awareness for pediatric cancer research. So that's why it's so important to you know, participate in St. Baldrick's Foundation events and raise this awareness. And I really wanted to thank you, all of you. So my research, I just wanted to introduce a little bit about my research because I am representing the research community over here. So my research focus is on finding novel therapies for neuroblastoma. My lab works on pediatric neuroblastoma, right? And what I do here in my lab is that I target those cancer cells which evade initial therapies and regenerate to relapse the cancer, right? So we find out a new kind of cancer stem cells that we know, and we find through different experiments that they are acting up as the seeds of relapse of, you know, the neuroblastoma specifically. As you know that the relapse or recurrence of cancer is the biggest challenge and accounts for most of the pediatric cancer related deaths. That's why it's very important research that we are doing in our lab. And this entire research was supported by the St. Baldrick Foundation, and I'm really thankful for that, right? So now we are finding different ways to specifically target these neuroblastoma cancer stem cells to regress neuroblastoma tumors and inhibit relapse, to help the kids that are battling with this deadly disease, right? As you all are aware, and that's why we are doing this e-venture, right? Due to this current situation with pandemic going on, we all understood now the value of new and continuous research, right? That's why it is the most important time to raise awareness, support, and funds for driving the pediatric cancer research. And I would again like to thank all of you that whatever you do to help into this novel cause. And I'm really thankful to you, all of you, and enjoy the rest of the day. And thank you once again. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. Bill, you still on, bud?
Okay, I think I'm back. Thank you, Doctor. We appreciate all that you do. We're humbled by your presence. So just a quick look at the program, just for those that came on board a little bit after the start. We have the highlight is coming up next. From there, the shaving will ensue, after shot, and then cocktail party will continue from there. The next person that we're going to bring up is really why we all do this. Shamari is a beautiful young woman who was diagnosed with osteosarcoma and fought the good fight. And she stands before us here today to share her story with no evidence of disease, which is the way we like them. So Shamari, thank you for joining us. We'd love to hear what you have to say for all these people that are truly in awe of you.
Thank you. Okay, so my journey started in the winter of my 8th grade year, and it was in basketball season. So I was noticing right hip pain while I was practicing. And so I went to my athletic trainer, and she said it was just a groin strain. I had some suspicions because I didn't think that's what it was, but I did the stretches she gave me anyways and kept doing those. But then I had a basketball game, and I was in so much pain, I came off the court crying. So from there, we went to the ER, and they did an x-ray, and they also said it was a groin strain. Once again, I was kind of feeling that it wasn't a groin strain, but I couldn't really do anything then. But then the pain kept persisting, so I went to a sports medicine doctor, and we did an MRI and an x-ray. And the first thing we talked about was how the ball joint of the hip wasn't fitting in the socket, but then we noticed that the right hip was bigger than the left one. So the first thing we called it was an aneurysmal bone cyst, but just to be sure, we did a biopsy, and it turned out that is not what it was. I had osteosarcoma, which is a bone cancer, and I was diagnosed with that in March of 2018. So I went through 10 weeks of chemotherapy, and then I had surgery, and then I had 18 more weeks of chemotherapy. So I finished in December of 2018, and I'm currently in 10th grade, and I'm back to full operation. I play my sport again, and I play lacrosse. So unfortunately, my season got canceled this year, but I got to play last year, which was really, really nice because I didn't get to play in 8th grade or ninth grade field hockey, but I just wanted to thank all of you, especially Bill and Joey, for shaving and raising so much money for research that could save lives.
Shamari, thank you. And it is too bad that you got another lacrosse season taken away from you. But I'm sure you like the terms of this one better than the last one, right? And
Yeah.
You'll be back on that field again this summer and next fall, and then next season playing varsity lacrosse. And we couldn't be happier for you.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking the time. Okay. Let's go back. Let's go back over here.
Can you hear me, Bill?
I can hear you, Joe.
I want to, there was 100-to-1 bet that by this point, we would just be getting to Tom Mendoza's, kind of addressing, because you and I had 2 minutes on the front end. So we need to pay off that 100-to-1 bet, Bill.
Well, I'm sure everybody took the odds against that, so you and I are winning. There's no doubt about that. I actually didn't give Tom a fair intro, by the way, so I will digress for a moment. Most of you do know, but for those of you who don't, Tom Mendoza, former president, and then rose to vice chair of NetApp, and namesake of the Tom Mendoza College of Business at Notre Dame, former board member of Security Scorecard. He's done a lot for a lot of people on this phone, and then has done a lot for a lot of people throughout the globe. So, Tom, I've introduced you so many times, I got lulled into not giving you your just due. But thank you again, my friend.
Hey, thank you, Bill.
No worries. So
Tom would say, I'm stealing this one from Tom, Jesus and the fishes, his uncle paying a $20 check, and Bill and Joey keeping our speech to under 3 minutes, the 3 miracles in life.
The 3 miracles, that's right. Hey, hey, Billy, if I could interject, can I interject for a minute?
Yep.
Yeah, when some of you know, I spoke at West Point back in 2009. In fact, a number of people on his phone later on got to go there for courses with Colonel Kale and Bernie Banks on leadership. But anyway, I spoke, and then I was going to speak, and Joey called me. He said, "Do you think I could go?" And I said, I don't know. I'll call them. And they said, "Sure." And then Joe said, "Do you think they'd mind if I filmed it?" I said, "Let me find out." And it turned out that they didn't film those things, which I thought was surprising. Probably a good idea if you have someone come in to speak. Anyway, that talk is on YouTube. A lot of you have seen it, Joey with his phone. But what I like to tell you, when we left there, I said it was me and Joey, an hour in the car to go back. And that was Jesus and the fishes, my uncle picking up a check, and me and Joe not talking for an hour. Now that was the 3 miracles.
Oh, goodness.
Just saying.
So
God bless Colonel Kale, man.
God bless Colonel Kale. Amen. Amen. Another gentleman taken from us too soon due to this terrible disease.
Yeah.
So in terms of the League of Legendary Heroes, people have given a lot of efforts at St. Baldrick's over the years, and I know Rob Bergen isn't happy. There's not a special award for 8 years. There's just not. Sorry, bud. I'll bring it up at the next board meeting. But there are Squires of Hope for 3 years of service. Vin Maiello, Rolf Strasheim, and Travis Tabarra, so thank you. Knights of the Ball Table, 7 years, Burke Mesta. Knight Commander.
Knights of the Ball Table.
Knights of the Ball Table, Ryan McGinty, 10 years today. And then over the time of the efforts here, there's just gives you a feel for how many people over how many times. Lots of people over 13, 14 years have gotten to where we are. And, you know, it's been special. And it's a special thing for every individual. You know, some people do it because cancer has gotten a hold of their lives. Some people have done it for a spirit of camaraderie and friendship. Some people have done it to support, you know, me or Joe or somebody else that has chosen to do it. And again, no deed or amount or participatory reality is too small. Just showing up and being a voyeur today is beautiful. You have Phil Aletto, who's been here for 13 years helping, who finally decided to take it off this year, and he's shaving the head. So, you know, again, I thank everybody for there, and I think it's time to get going with the shaving. Stephanie Wright, and we got our young man Gavin are going to kick things off for us. And I think Tim's going to throw some background music. And let's see if we can break the record, which we will. We have 71 people signed up. We think there's 64 shavees. We've got some spontaneous folks that are joining in. But congratulations for taking part of the world's largest simultaneous shave in support of St. Baldrick's, which they're going to use to try to challenge others to step up and do the same and break our record. And I hope they break our record. So let the shaving begin.
Billy, we're over 100,000, by the way.
Yes, we are.
We just passed it.
Get rid of the dog. We'll bring the dogs back later. Who's got the music there, Tim? You want to take a look at, and they're gonna go shake it down.
Let's go.
Hey, get some music coming.
Up and down.
Let's go. Let's go. Come on, everybody.
Timbo. Feel free to keep hitting that donor sheet.
We go.
There you go. Good work.
You made this start like king of my life.
Okay, see you, Amanda.
He was.
Way to go, Gavin. Nice, Dad.
Touch the flame where the sheets have no name. I wanna
I'm so proud of you.
I see the dust disappear without a trace. I wanna
My plans from Gavin. Gavin, we're so proud of you.
That would feel good.
Hey, Gavin, it's Mr. Quilt, and I'm so proud of you. Looking handsome, Gavin. Shown. There you go, buddy. Go, Gavin. It's Mr. Quilt, and I love you. Looking good, Amanda. Good.
Get your money's worth.
I was saying, never appreciated you more.
Keep it away from
Hey, Gavin.
Brian, you're trusting.
Looking good,
Go
buddy.
Bridget.
Looking good.
Please. I know, next year.
Go, Ronan.
that was a good one, Ross. Oh, easy. Slow, buddy, slow.
My man running in.
Slow.
I think you should let Lev do it.
That edge you push at the end, not at the end. It's easy to roll. Not like a scissor where you gotta slam. God, there's the look at that.
Thanks so much to Robert Stewart,
How do you, Gavin?
Nari, Ryan, Brad, Guzman, Rick Barnett, Mark.
Easy at the end.
There he
Go right in the pool after this.
Just like that.
Shave, you don't have to clean up your own hair, right?
Girls like this.
Looking good, Gavin. Look at all the hair Ronan lost.
Finishing touches are big fun.
This is Sean's first head shaving. Five.
Yeah, DJ. ABC.
You're not hitting me, now he's bigger than me. Well, I kind of like them all.
These years, Bill. Get out the hang of it.
What kind of hair ate it?
Yeah, who is this funny?
No. Hey. No.
Hi.
So, Gavin, we are so proud of you.
Nice mohawk.
Ray, you want some? Here, let Andrea. Everybody's keeping up. His hair going all over the place. And,
Smile, Gavin. Money, no cleaning this year.
I'm gonna pick a face. I'm so glad this is recording. You love this? This is Andrea from Austria. Say something Austrian. Sprechen Sie Deutsch. Ready? There you go.
I just texted. Eden is so bad at cutting.
You don't have hair.
Liam, dust your shoulder off.
Here.
When the background takes over the foreground.
The neighbors are gonna find you.
Oh, Ben looking good.
I don't know if doing this outside was a good idea.
Less to clean up.
There's hair everywhere.
Mari, good coverage on the back.
Come on, what are they, a bunch of whips in Austin? Get in there, get some hair off yourself. I don't want to be here forever. Don't go blaming the tools. But we gotta
Gotta make sure that I have the mirror ready to go so I can get it done.
You got it.
My French money.
Careful.
It's really strong.
The hottest chick to ever lift up
You still happy with it?
Looking good, Jeff. So handsome.
I not like it.
I could.
Yeah, I wouldn't feel like you got your money for it. All right.
Looking good.
I'm good. I'm fully approved.
I can go for it if you want to go for it.
Somewhere. Once he gets the second, third if you want. Well, no, if we went twice, right? Let's just get next. Bless you. Andre, can I ask you a favor? Take the cover off. I'll put it back on. I won't be on tomorrow's.
How did you do this?
I won't put it on until probably.
Just a straight back. How does that happen?
What is wrong? I want to see wrong.
Showers just got shorter. Showers just got shorter.
Oh, what?
Your showers just got shorter.
Yeah. Can't.
Out of here.
What's good?
Get it out of here.
Hello.
Hey, the TV isn't. Oh, the TV is. But I'll save this for details.
Blind's got the mohawk working. Getting in touch with his inner package driver.
Jim, I think you should keep it that way.
Okay, where are you, Logan? Oh my god. Logan, where are you?
I can't see.
God. Wow. God. Better
Look
back
like-
too.
Looked like Cindy Lou Who from the Dr. Seuss.
Oh, thank you.
With a lot of love right there.
Great music.
Shout out to Phil Leno. I like it.
Jeff, you work fast.
Rooney getting the full shit. Look at this.
In the camera there.
Yeah. Play here in the background. All right.
Little ditty about Jack and Diane.
You got this, Brian.
Kids growing up
Yeah, Megan.
in the heartland.
Yeah, Phil.
Behind you.
Oh, no.
Kevin.
Yes, you guys had the harder job than I did.
Right back again. We're still working on it.
Shout out to Dino from Bloomberg.
Go over that walk and you look at his site, you're like, wow, it's really good. You get a feel for like as a boy how long this is as long as boys get. It's like Austin's scared of it.
What happened to my hair?
So easy. Just sit. Patient, sit down. Can you hold up? No, no, no. Yeah.
Oh yeah, life goes on long after the thrill of living is gone. Oh yeah, life goes on.
There you go,
Long
Bill.
after the thrill of living is gone.
You what? You took one hair off my face. I did back.
Oh, I'm just
All right.
just sitting on your shoulder. Just take one of you blowing it away, like put it in your hands and like, oh my
All
god.
right, how we doing?
That would be so funny.
Looks great.
Oh, that's the best ever. Liam and Big Hogan. Looking good, Hogan.
Good head shape.
How about that?
Nice job.
Good. Bob Bergen looking good. Stephanie went dark. Uh-oh. Alex Rich looking lean and mean. Evan Carney.
They're both done.
Where's Tina?
Hang on.
Tim Sol looking good.
Ryan, I like the group effort.
Leon went dark. Van Carner looking good. Neil looking good, my man.
Lose the beard, Ryan.
Out of words.
Linda looking awesome.
Hey, Mike B, were you able to get the 49-person shot?
I took several pages of screenshots.
Nice. All right, Tim, let's bring it home. Devin Jacob Rubenstein. You guys together?
Like this angle, this is an RTA.
Yes. Jacob's right behind me.
There you go. Looking good, guys.
Yep.
Jump through your back screen.
Yeah, that's Greece.
Excellent.
Kathy got the bad job.
There, Jim Klein. Ronan, looking good, buddy.
New York, New York.
Yeah, you look like a serial killer with the beard.
Are longing to stray
Evan Carney looking good.
right through
What?
Oh, this is a great one.
Yeah.
New York, New York.
Come on, kid, I want to see you in
You want to shave the slit in your eyebrow?
In a city that doesn't sleep and find I'm king of the hill, top of the heap.
Later O'Brien looking solid.
Infinite pets.
I'll make
Alex Fish looking scary.
start of it in old New York.
Johnny Mac paid a visit. Well done.
Oh, wow.
My wife just now.
Anywhere it's up to you. New York, New York.
Eddie Growy, West Coast Shaving. Alex Mitroff.
New York.
See you, my friend.
I want
Oh, it's just so fun. Yeah, a lot of people
in a
donate.
city that never
I said, oh, we're just
and I'm day number
You're looking good,
Time
man.
to get back and did it again.
king of the hill. A number
Drew and Amari, we appreciate the huge sacrifice.
I super needed a haircut. You look good, bro.
Looking good, Dom. Looking good, Sean.
Really shiny.
Oh,
Let's see how we're doing on the television line.
And one side.
You good? Yep. Good. There you go.
He's leaving. Oh, I think you're leaving the mustache. It's like, no.
Your definition of max effort and moms is really different. You're good. There you go.
If I can make
Okay, something like that.
I'm gonna make it.
I like the facial hair is very coarse.
Hey, would you feed me?
Up to 102,000. Work card up to 40,000. Net app up to 23,000. Coordinate up to 50,000. Good number.
Oh, you know we should have done
Good number.
Always have a tip. Always
Great
look
work,
at the tip.
everybody.
Who's the expert? Oh, my Adam's apple's gonna get a tumbler.
Kim,
You know Adam's apple? Right here.
Kim Solon gets many kudos.
That thing that goes up and down when they swallow. Boy, it's the boy that comes out at puberty. A woman?
To the 80s soundtrack.
Always looking good.
Recruiting Adam's apple with the you might find
Harold Barbie looking good.
Is that Austin right here?
Leon, you shaving afterwards? Looking good, buddy.
Look, Ma, no hair.
Oh, wow.
Mike Sims, thank you for your generosity.
I'm going in that pool right after. Where's Pam?
Baldrick cannonball.
The other way.
Stephanie looking great.
You gave up, though.
Stephanie gets MCT as far as KB. No doubt about it.
What?
You're on. Do you want to go high?
Good, Dom.
No, exactly how hard you can work.
I don't know why. I can't tell it.
That's in the background. Yeah, Dom and Carrie. Yeah, fella.
Hey!
Cheers, buddy.
Good, Peter.
I have no eyebrows. See the after.
Still touching it.
We definitely all have a
Should I
new
take a
fan
video of you manscaping?
our lovely friends from Staten Island.
What? Dust. What the?
Can you
No! What the hell?
Not bad.
Ain't got it ready, man.
Hey, Dom.
Did you recreate the picture from the first time you did it? Where it was like up here?
Looking good, Vin.
I can't get that shine like you though, Bill.
I know, it's so close to the fin.
It's just a gray tint.
God, this is so nice.
Well, you better fix it, perfect it after 14 years.
Call it perfected, but it's definitely after 14 years. Something after 14 years.
Thank you, everybody.
Looking good, Phil.
And there's not that much in my beard.
Nice. You look good.
I didn't see Paul Salamone.
Oh my God, look at that.
Oh, that's on.
Hey, look, Bill.
That's
A family picture. I said, I mean, am I asking so much? I gave it my hair. Get over here. Oh, I see.
Paul Springer.
Someone else needs a haircut right there. Sorry.
Right here, Bill.
Give a mommy's hat.
Wow, this is the skeleton.
And we're down the whole BMC crew too, because George is taking that live.
Hercules,
at
Hercules.
BMC in 2 weeks. Good work, Phil. Let's see Paulettes.
Right here.
Mooney wins for cleanup. Brilliant move.
Why, clean it up better.
Nice
What is
job,
that
Ben.
noise?
There you go,
Tommy
Paul.
Carey,
Looking
check
good,
out
buddy.
this thing.
Ah.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Hamster wheel, I love it.
Steve, you
You jumping in?
I didn't even come close.
Hold this.
No, I have to wait till everybody else is done.
And then.
People are still going.
No, you're good. You're good. I think after New York, the official pomp and circumstance were over. Now it's just have a
Like
good
it's
time.
snow, except it's not. Ready? Hold on, I gotta.
Hey,
Ready?
Billy, I want to give a shout out to Dino Bloomberg, who's out on it.
Very nice. Thank you, Dino.
What's up, brother?
Rob Carizzo was on earlier as well.
I saw Rob. I give a shout out.
It's a good excuse.
Giuliani sends his regards. He couldn't make it.
Yeah, Kerry Davey.
Thank you, it's Dino. Thank you once again for every remark of my name. Appreciate it, guys.
Good job on, what, 9 grand, 10
Yeah.
grand down, son of a gun. Like, oh, that was pretty good. How do I do it? I look at Dom.
That's when I know
Billy
you
be
love
up
me.
there, but Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. What does it mean?
Can I just say we're aging well as a group out there.
You might as well, because not many people are going to say it.
Like those positive thoughts.
Yeah.
Mooney!
Mr. Mooney looking good.
Hello.
Mooney, you lose like 20 years when you
Mr.
take that
Mooney.
mop off.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Oh, we have something more interesting going on in the background. What is this? Oh,
Yo, your video's
wheel.
not on.
I know. I've been trying to get it turned on, but it says you got to do it.
Oh yeah, it's not done. I just was doing a little bit. Welcome back.
Out of her mind.
The host has to stop.
Yes, you are. No, wait. I think that's the better shot.
Where's that Baldrick cannonball?
A lot of them.
I don't even know if we're on anymore.
Oh, he's like the Invisible Man.
Like, who the heck is... I'm not gonna recognize him. To drink the whole thing.
No, I'm just saying.
Kim, let's get a close-up of that mohawk, please.
Yeah, I haven't seen Klein since the Mohawk.
Come on, let's get in there. Start talking.
What are you asking for? Are you gonna trim that stash or what?
Somebody's still buzzing out there. Megan, Victoria, Laura, Roseanne, thank you for all your help.
Been 10.
Too late now.
What's the total, Bill?
Gavin looking good.
Looks like we had just over 300 people on at peak.
That's awesome.
And we're at about 103,000 now, with a lot of prompts over Slack and email.
Oh, I'll give it to you. donate the hair.
Johnny, come on, Bubba. Hurry up.
Yeah, Dom.
Are you using a blade?
D. Bart Richards.
Sean's playing Fortnite.
Is D Bart in the house?
I thought I saw Bart Richards. Unmute, Bart.
Bart iPad.
Bart. Fine. He can't let go of the mohawk. He never could. Years this has been going on.
It wasn't my idea this year, Phil. I think somebody else had an idea.
You don't look too miserable, Jimmy.
I like it, Jim. I think it's keep it. I'm comfortable with the mohawk.
Hey, Vic, have you tried Zoom karaoke yet?
No, I want to try Zoom karaoke.
We can see the sideways.
The sun is going down. It's getting tired, boys.
Wow.
It's getting cold.
Serious.
Hey, sorry,
Yeah,
welcome back to the
Timmy. I
park.
don't see Timmy.
Laptop because you turned off my radio.
Feel more wind or cold.
Where is Timmy?
Yeah.
Oh God.
He's just shaving now. Like a virgin, man. Like shaved for the very first time.
Can you hear me?
Hey, Megan, what was the final number of shavees to the best of your recollection?
I believe 58.
58?
How many? 58. 58.
Got it. Did that count Kenny growing?
Believe so. I'll check.
I know that he read. I know he's funny.
Bill, how many did you have last year?
I'm not sure.
I'm on top of that, Rose.
Probably less.
Really?
Yeah, probably.
No, 63.
All right, I said corrected. So 63 last year,
Close.
and we raised 165,000 last year.
63 this year, right?
Billy, Joey, Mooney, nice job. I gotta hop off.
Getting people. Take care, Ryan.
Hi, Ryan.
Take care, Ryan. Thank you, Megan. Thank you, Laura. Thank you.
Getting people up in a bar definitely helps.
Look how cute he is.
Looking good, Stephanie. Stephanie, what inspired you to do it?
Huh?
What inspired you to do it?
You know what? I've been wanting to shave my head for a while, and then I found out that this event fell on my birthday. So I was like, it's a sign. Like, what is he
Happy
birthday.
Looks gorgeous. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Oh my God. That's beautiful.
Hey, Meg, where's Gavin? You still on?
Keeping his scalp. Back up.
Gavin ran away.
Got it.
He's taking it very serious.
Beautiful family. All right, my whole family is signing out. Thanks a lot, everyone. Congratulations.
Hey, guys.
Love you all. Thanks, Bill and
Peace,
Joey.
be safe,
Appreciate
be
it.
safe.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Bill and Joey and Megan, for all the work that you do. Look forward to next year.
God bless, brother.
Hey, Britta.
Hopefully we'll be able
Britta,
to
look at
get
your
together.
dad's chin.
Next year is going to be in a bar for sure.
Hi, Ronan.
All in. Have a great one, everybody.
Thanks, Rob.
Thank you, bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bill, thanks again for all your work on this. I'm glad I can finally join.
Hi, Uncle Billy.
Thank you, everybody. Hey, Shawnee, how's it going, pal? Looking good, buddy.
Thank you. How's it feel? Good.
All right, everybody have a good night.
All right.
Hi, Jeff.
Here. Any thanks to all. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Brian.
All right, bye-bye,
Thanks,
guys.
Billy. Thank you, Tim Cohen, for the music.
Oh, wow.
Hi, everybody.
Thank you, the late breaking KDs, for helping us break the record.
Thank you, everybody.
Oh,
Bye,
Angela
everybody.
Samaro on. Angela, thanks for all your help over the years. Randy Seidel kicking tough. Thank you, Randy.
Thank you.
Matt Kennedy. Always a pleasure. Ah, my niece Ashley. Dennis Kilcullen, good to see you on, buddy.
Dennis Kilcullen, where?
Prayers are with you.
All right, thanks, Billy.
Dennis, we love you.
Thanks, Nicole. Great job. You guys are doing awesome.
George Ballantoni, good luck with DMC.
Bill, I took several screenshots. I sent them to Roseanne.
Cool. Hey, Min, congrats on your promotion.
Have a blanket.
Ryan McGee, I see you hiding out there. I was hoping to see your ugly dome. Pete Terry, Tim Lake, Dan Clifford. Good to see you guys.
What's happening, Billy?
Maureen Quinn, happy birthday.
Oh, shit. Happy birthday, Maureen.
Me?
Happy
It's
birthday,
not my
Maureen.
birthday.
All right, thanks everybody for checking in.
I feel a little bit guilty not singing happy birthday to you, but Stephanie did shave her head.
Yes, Stephanie did shave her head, Maureen.
Birthday. It's not my birthday.
Hey, let's
I swear.
Whose birthday is it? Was it Mary Kay's birthday?
No, nobody's birthday today. I think my mom accidentally put happy birthday on her Facebook, and we
There
do
you
have
go.
the same
That's
name.
what it was. Okay.
That was what it was.
Hey, Amara, you still got any of the beer left from RSA, or is it finally gone?
All gone. All gone.
Ryan Mooney. Looking good.
There's still time for work to get done out here, Bill. So I'm going to jump, but it's a pleasure as always. Thanks so much, guys.
No worries. Next big Zoom will be the Zoom karaoke session coming soon.